Put together a lesson recently at Totally Guitars on Stuck in the Middle with You, Steeler's Wheel, Gerry Rafferty and Joe Egan. And the lesson is something I like to do once in a while, which is put together as an ear training lesson. So I play through it with my hand, blocked up and stuff, so you can listen to what's going on. And interesting things about this song are there are a couple of different guitar parts, and there are some kind of unusual things that make them go together even though they seem like they shouldn't. So if you'd like to check out the lesson, here are a couple of excerpts from it, but this is the kind of stuff we do at Totally Guitars as part of our Target program, which is our monthly subscription program, and there are hundreds and hundreds of songs up there now like this. There are also a lot of songs in our free section, 60 or 70, that are a little simpler, although this song is really easy. It's just a simple strumming song. Anyway, here are a couple of clips from the lesson on Stuck in the Middle with You. Hey, we're going to take a look at a really fun and really easy song. This is, of course, Steeler's Wheel, Stuck in the Middle with You. And I'm going to play through it first and just let you try to listen to it and see what's happening and talk about a couple of different guitar parts. Now, Steeler's Wheel was a short-lived band in the early 70s. Their first album, Steeler's Wheel, came out in 1972, and it was basically the duo of Gerry Rafferty and Joe Egan, school buddies from Scotland. And they went through a lot of different lineup changes. By the time the song became a hit, Gerry had left the band and then was persuaded to come back. And anyway, I'm not going to go into the whole history of Steeler's Wheel, but then we lost Gerry a few years ago. Of course, had some other pretty cool hits, later on, right down the line in Baker Street. So, but this tune is just a fun, goofy tune. I mean, it's almost a Dylan parody of, slightly off-kilter singing, very simple chord progression, but there were a couple different guitars doing different things that really contributed to the overall sound. And so that's what I'm going to talk about as far as the lesson goes. That short little intro you maybe have totally forgotten. You probably have to listen to the song again and say, oh yeah, now I remember. It opened up with this cool little thing. And we'll talk about that as well, too. But coming up in the next segment, I will just play through the two different guitar parts, and you can hear see if you can decipher what's happening. Taking a look at Stuck in the Middle with You. Well, here's what we have one guitar doing. First. Find the bass note, and then we had a chord. There were a couple chords outside the key. Now this was mostly following a 12-bar blues progression. Okay, there we have the other chord. Now, we had another guitar playing it slightly differently. Okay, the one chord that was odd at the end, there it was again. Now this all works out to really be the same thing happening in a couple of different ways. So we'll break that down in a second, or in the next segment. We'll talk about what you just heard right there. But hopefully you got a little grip on what one guitar was doing and what the other guitar was doing and how those possibly worked out together.